Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back once again. It is me, Molt. So happy to be here with you guys today. I'm wearing a shirt that makes everything color change, so sorry about that. But there's a new update coming out for Clash Royale. You can check it out on their forums. But we're going to be talking about that today. I'm going to have some gameplay footage in the background. We're not going to talk about the footage. We're going to talk about the upcoming update. Super stoked for it. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to go through some of my battles and replays. It's in the inbox right now, but we're going to look at it online so I can go into a little bit more details with you guys. So we'll go ahead. Oop, nope, don't want to share it. Let's just watch this one, and I'm going to pull this up and talk about it. So guys, like I've always said about the game, I always like offensive gameplay. And one thing that they say is one of our core design principles is offense over defense, which will no doubt hear us reference many times. We're not entirely there yet, but we'll be vigilantly tweaking and tuning cards in that general direction. So that's why I'm so against the kind of gameplay that is Expos and Mortals. I know that you guys think that I just blindlessly complain about it. Well, the reason that it frustrates me is because I know that it's against kind of what they're looking for. And we'll see that in these tweaks. Now, also, a lot of you guys are going to say, Molt, they're only changing this because you complain about it. That's a huge compliment to think that I have that kind of power over the most successful mobile gaming company in the world. So thank you, but that's not true. If they just listened to me, that would be very dumb on their part. A lot of people have been complaining or expressing their issues on the Expo, and they themselves have talked about it, worked on it as a team, and they have decided to change it, not because of anything that I specifically have said, but what everyone has said on the forums, etc. So here we go. The Expo's range is being decreased to 12 from 13. It might not seem like a lot, but I feel like that's pretty big. It says we want to open the Expo up a little bit more to counterplay. A range reduction will mean you can no longer position it behind a Tesla. That's big. That's one of the most frustrating things in this game. Right here in the gameplay that we're watching, though, you can see I'm already down a tower, but we're going to push back and do some work. So that's the biggest thing that's frustrating about the Expos. People put it down, and then they put stuff in front of it, which is annoying because it's just defensive, and I just can't respect it. So now it's going to have to be closer, and you can't put a Tesla in front of it. So now it's going to be the first thing. So if you drop off a Hog Rider, it's going to go to the Expo. It's not going to go to the Tesla, and you'll be able to do some good damage to it. You can freeze, take out the Expo, you can zap, whatever you want to. It should be a lot easier to counter now, so I'm super stoked about that, okay? Next up, you can see the Tesla. The speed is decreased to 0.8 seconds from 0.7, and the lifetime is decreased to 40 from 60. A lot of people have been asking me, Mo, how do you counter the Tesla? How do you go about doing that? This is going to make it so much easier. The lifetime of it is going down 20 whole seconds, and it's going to attack slower. So the Tesla, like right now, if I were to drop off a giant skeleton, with all of its hit points, the Tesla and the tower can take it down because of how quick the Tesla attacks. Now, that's not going to be the case, which is going to be epic. Super stoked for that. Next, the cannon. The lifetime of the cannon is being decreased to 30 seconds. That's all. It was a pretty good card for 3 elixir. Like, having that for 40 seconds for 3 elixir is pretty intense. So I'm just going to continue showing you guys this gameplay down here as we're taking stuff out and as we're pushing along. Next, the princess. Her hit points are decreased by 10%. This is one thing you guys might have seen me say. He's going to defensive rocket right there. This is one thing that you guys may have heard me say in the past, but I feel like in friendly matches, arrows should kill the princess, and they agree with that. They say when playing with tournament rule card levels, which is in that mode, as a baseline, we think arrows should be able to take out the princess for an even elixir trade. I agree completely. Right now, it hasn't been able to do that. So those game types have just been bad. Like the counter, it's a lot harder to counter the princess in the tournament rule card. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and jump into another replay here, guys. As we continue talking about this, we'll share this one again. Nope, we're gonna watch this one again. Next, and there's some updates you guys are gonna love. So the Ice Wizard damage increased by 5%. Not that big of a deal. These are the ones you guys are gonna like. The Prince and the Dark Prince. Their charge speed is being decreased by 13%. They're just a little bit too fast to counter. A lot of times the Prince will come in, I'll try and drop Skeleton Army, and it doesn't go down in time. So that's going to help out a lot. I think that's going to make a lot of you guys more happy. because that rush can be overpowered. The Dark Prince rush can be overpowered, especially if you miss your counter on it. So that's going to be good. That's epic. I think that's going to make things a lot better. And I use the Dark Prince push sometimes, and so I'm even happy because I think that's definitely necessary. Next, Valkyrie hit points and damage increased by 10%. That's big. The Valkyrie isn't used that much. I've been seeing her a little bit more lately because she herself can take out a Dark Prince, even when it charges. So she's going to be a force to be reckoned with after this. I'm super stoked for that. Next, Royal Giant. Damage increased by 20%. He's going to do work. I can't wait to see him. I think he'll be a great counter for the X-Bow. If people drop it off, you can do some really, really good damage with it. Next, the Giant's damage is going to be increased by 5%. I think that's good because I don't see him as much in higher level gameplay. He is used a lot in low level gameplay, but in higher level gameplay, I think that the damage increase on that is good. Next, the Rage gives 40% movement and attack speed boost from 35, so it went up 5%, but it's decreased by 20%, which I think is good because really you rage and then it lasts so much longer. So I think that's a fair trade. I don't think that the duration is going to affect too many people. The poison damage is increased by 5%. I didn't see this coming, but the poison hasn't been used as much lately, so I think that's good. I don't think 5% is going to make too big of a difference, but it says poison has fairly low use rates. A bit of damage over time will make it more interesting choice next to the fireball and other damage spells. So they just want to see things used, guys. They're trying to tweak it so that literally every card can be used and can be effective in the game, which I think is awesome. Next, the mirror. Legendary cards mirrored one level lower. That's perfect because right now somebody can mirror their level 3 princess and get a level 6. I think that's what it is, and that's gnarly. Of course you're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and take out his tower over here with our Goblin Barrel. Next, 3 Musketeers, cost decreased down to 9 elixir. That's cool. I might try it out. It was too expensive for me before, but I might try it out now, especially if I've got elixir pump in my deck or something along those lines. Now we're just trying to defend here. I drop off those hogs to defend, drop off all of these skeletons, and then drop off our Dark Prince as well. Next, we've got the archers. Quicker initial attack speed. That's cool, because right now, when you drop off spear goblins, they immediately throw. Let's jump into one more replay here for you guys as we continue talking about this. As you can see, I had a pretty good morning. There's my first defeat. Let's watch this 3-1 right here. So archers, it says the archers' use rate falls off after the early game, while the spear goblins remain popular across all levels. We're making their initial attack quicker, so they'll feel more responsive and effective. I think that's good. I think that's a good buff for them. Next, this is interesting. The balloon hit points increased by 5%, guys. The balloon has low use rates at the top, and many enemies, especially buildings, more hit points should help it to get to those towers. That's true. A lot of times it dies right before the tower. A tower and spear goblins sometimes can take it out. I don't think that should be the case. So that's good. I think that increase of hit points by 5% is going to help just enough to make it a little bit more effective. So we start off with a huge push on this one. He gets that tower down to 79, guys, and we absolutely crush him and come back and do some serious work. So we're going to go ahead and Spear Goblin over here, take everything out, keep that Ice Wizard there, what's up, and I'm just going to sacrifice this tower down here because now it's 2-0. Or 2-1. Next, the Witch damage is increased by 5%. The Witch has very low use rates at the top. She needs a little bit more damage to become relevant again. I agree with that. Because the Witch against minions takes like 3 shots, I think. I think it should take 2. Obviously it depends on the level, but I'm pretty sure that it takes 3 shots from a Witch to kill minions or the minion horde. And right now the Wizard does it in 1 shot, so I think that she should be half as effective as the Wizard because she spawns skeletons, obviously. So I think that that's going to be good. And I'm stoked for this, guys. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Again, these are coming out on the 23rd. It's the 19th, so that's in 4 days. What's that going to be? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So on Wednesday, it'll be there. And, yeah, so right here, we'll just go ahead and finish talking about this. We're trying to get our giant skeleton over to that tower. This guy rushed with that Prince Rush, which is now not going to be as effective at the beginning of this game. Got my tower down to 72. We defended and pushed back with a big push because he was low on elixir. So right here, we're just trying to get up in there to that tower to take out his crown tower. We're gonna drop all this off and watch this. If you can drop off a skeleton army on the Prince and Dark Prince before they charge, it does work. You can see right here the Princess is doing some damage to our minions, but we're gonna come in and take her out, and we're gonna drop off our giant skeleton. Try and get him up in there. Let's go ahead and drop off our baby dragon as well, and then we're going to drop off another Dark Prince, which is just going to be absolute madness as we try and get our giant skeleton up to the tower, guys. Look at this, 2 Dark Princes, a giant skeleton, and a baby dragon. You're done. That's all that's happening right there. We're going to take him out with 17 seconds left in the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it down below. Let me know how you guys feel about the update. I think that it's epic. I'm really excited for it. I think those changes are extremely necessary. And for you guys that use the X-bow, they're meeting you in the middle, okay? It can still shoot across the river, which is fine. I don't think it should be able to. I think that that's dumb. But you guys disagree, and they're meeting in the middle. If Supercell did it my way, the Expo wouldn't be in the game. It would legitimately be gone. So you guys, they're still on y'all's team with having it in the game. But I think this nerf is going to make it a little more counterable, which is extremely necessary in my opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like on the video. I'll see you on the next one. As always, make sure you keep calm and you clash on, alright? Peace.